on the night.
Yo, what is going on, you slackers? It's your boy Slackers Gameman coming at you again with another Yu-Gi-Oh video. This time we're gonna be doing a like a Mermail combo video for you. Just kind of showcasing a few of the combos that you can do with, you know, just 2 or 3 card combos that can get you a pretty awesome looking field. So why don't we get right into this? Alright, so the very first combo I'm going to show off for a 2-card combo, that is, only needs a Mermail Abystius and Neptibus, the Atlantean Prince. So, all you have to do, alright, so your turn. First turn, you go normal summon the Prince. Alright, Prince's effect will end up dumping Dragoons to the graveyard. So, we'll put that, move Prince over here, Dragoons goes to the graveyard. Alright, so then you add a Megalo and the other Dragoons. So Dragoons will search, and then Prince will also search. So these are the 2 that you're going to end up getting the searches off of, a Megalo and a Dragoons. Alright, now next step is what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to special summon Mermail Abystius by discarding the Dragoons, the one that you just searched. Okay, so that will end up getting you Dragoons is going to end up adding another Prince. This will kind of just help you to set up for next turn. And then Teus is going to add yourself the Abyssmander. Alright, so your current field looks like Neptibus and Mermail Abystius. And then, okay, so here's your field, and then here is your hand. Megalo, the Prince, and Amander. Alright, so next up, you're going to want to special summon Mermail Abyss Megalo to the field by discarding the other 2 from your hand, the Mander and the Prince. So send those 2. Prince is going to end up getting to search out. Okay, so once you send them, Megalo's effect's going to activate, and then Neptibus is going to activate. So Neptibus is going to end up special summoning the one Dragoons from your graveyard, and then Megalo is either going to add yourself Abyss Scale or Abyss Sphere. In this case, we're going to just go with the Abyss Sphere. So there's that. So Megalo is going to add that, and the Prince is going to special summon Dragoons from your graveyard. Next up, you're going to want to banish a Mermail Abyssmander from your graveyard, activating its second effect there, which is, there we go, increase the level of all Mermail monsters you currently control by 2. So that'll put Megalo and Teus up to a rank 9, or to level 9s, excuse me. So Mander is now banished, so let's get that out of there. And what you're going to want to do is end up going into, overlay those guys for, where is he at? There he is. True King of all calamities. Let's get that in there. So here's your field, and this is for link format. So True King is on the field. Wow. There we go. So your field's going to look like that. You're going to end up being stuck with a Dragoons and a Neptibus. Now quickly, once Mistar Boy comes out, the new water link monster that needs 2 links, of course, you would do this a little bit differently. He's not out yet, but you would end up taking these 2, sending them to the grave, and you would have the Mistar Boy up here in your extra monster zone, and then he would open up a spot, and then that's where you could end up going into True King of all calamities. But that's once Mistar Boy comes out, so you would have a very powerful field, and of course the Abyss Sphere that you added with Megalo would be set in the back row. So, but just for the purpose of this combo, your field's going to look like True King, you're going to have the Prince, and then the Abyss Sphere set face down. Combo number 2 is going to feature Deep Sea Diva, Mermail Abystius, and any other water monster. So in this case, I'm just using the Mermail Heavy Infantry, but it can be any water monster basically. So the first thing you're going to want to do is normal summon the Deep Sea Diva. Diva's effect will trigger to end up special summoning the Neptibus from your deck. Neptibus effect is going to discard, or not discard, but send the Atlantean Dragoons from your deck to the graveyard. And both their effects are going to end up triggering, which you're going to end up adding a second Dragoons. Well, you won't add it, but you'll get the second Dragoons in hand and a Mermail Abyss Megalo in your hand. So currently, your hand now... So there's Diva and Prince are on the field, and your hand is the random water monster, the Teus, Megalo, and Dragoons. This is your hand up here. That's your field. All right. So next, you're going to want to special summon the Mermail Abystius to the field by discarding the Dragoons. So Dragoons now goes to the grave. Now both their effects are going to activate. So Teus and then Dragoons. So Dragoons is going to search out your Moulin Glacia. So you're going to have that in hand. And then the Teus is going to end up adding the Mermail Abyssmander to your hand. So now there's your field. And your hand now consists of the random water monster, the Megalo, the Moulin Glacia, and the Abyssmander. Alright, so next step is going to be special summoning the Mermail Abyss Megalo by discarding the random water monster, which in this case is heavy infantry, and the Mermail Abyssmander. So now you got 4 waters in grave. You should have the 2 Dragoons, the 1 heavy infantry, and the Abyssmander in your grave. So now their effects are going to kick off, which will, in this case, it's only going to be Megalo's effect, which you can then add the Spell or Trap. And in this case, we're going to add the Abyss Scale of the Mizuchi. So this will now be in your hand. So I kind of have this backwards, but your hand's up top. Here is your field. Okay, also the Moulin Glacia is in your hand as well. So next step is for Megalo. This is just to get another water into the grave. So Megalo is going to end up tributing off Diva for his effect. So now you have 5 waters in grave. Should be the 2 Dragoons, the random water that you started with, Abyssmander, and Diva. So you got 5, which then allows you to special summon Moulin Glacia from your hand. Use Moulin Glacia's effect. You'll end up sending 2 random cards from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. So there's already -2 for them. So they're only starting with 3. And then, of course, the draw phase, they're going to have 4. But, hey, that's a big disadvantage for them. Then you're going to want to, after you special summon the Moulin Glacia, you're going to want to banish the Mermail Abyssmander from your graveyard, because you've already gotten the Glacia on field. So you're going to bump up Megalo and Teus by 2 levels again. You're going to end up overlaying them into the VFD, or True King of All Calamities again. And that's going to basically be your field. Of course, you're going to still have the Abyss Scale in hand. So maybe it's probably better, instead of Abyss Scale, you probably would rather have the Abyss Sphere instead. I kind of messed that up a little bit, but yeah. So this whole time, when you special Megalo and use his effect, you should add the Sphere, because the Scale's not really going to do much, because you're not going to have a Mermail monster out there. So here's going to be your field. You're going to end up with True King of All Calamities, Moulin Glacia, Neptibus, and a face-down Abyss Sphere. And combo number 3 is basically going to just consist of starting with Deep Sea Diva, and then any random water monster again. This case, we're going to be using Heavy Infantry as the random one again. So first things first, you're going to normal summon the Deep Sea Diva. Diva is going to end up specialing from the deck Neptibus. Neptibus's effect is going to go off to end up sending the Dragoons to the graveyard. So Neptibus's effect will go off, and then Dragoons. Dragoons is going to end up adding Megalo, and Neptibus will add the other Dragoons. Simple standard combo here. So now your field is Diva, Neptibus, and then in your hand you got the random water, the Megalo, and the Dragoons. Next step is to special summon the Megalo by discarding your other 2 water monsters, which happens to be Dragoons and Infantry in this case. Of course, if Infantry is a target, go ahead and use that. Otherwise, Dragoons is going to search, and then Megalo. So Megalo is going to end up getting you, in this case, for sure, I'm going to go with the Abyss Scale of the Mizuchi. and the Dragoons is going to end up searching out Moulin Glacia. Okay, so your field is now Diva, Prince, Megalo, and what you're going to want to do next is synchro these two for a level 3, which happens to be Tatsunoko. So that'll go into your extra monster zone. So you got Megalo on the field and Tatsunoko. And now after the synchro, you now have 5 water monsters in grave, which will allow you to special summon Moulin Glacia. Glacia's effect, get rid of 2 cards in your opponent's hand. They're down to 3 again. And of course, then Megalo, you can end up always equipping him with the Abyss scale that you just added. Plus, it bumps him up to what was that, by another 800? So he's sitting at 32, and it gets you an automatic spell negation from your, for your opponent, Darkhole, Regeki, whatever that might be. So there's that. So there's your field with basically Deep Sea Diva and then a random water monster. So, yep, that's gonna wrap up this. I just wanted to showcase a few quick little combos that you can do with the deck. Just kind of like 2-3 card combos. So hopefully some people, maybe learned something from this. Maybe, I don't know, you found something out that you didn't know before, or I don't know, maybe you knew it already. But hey, hopefully you all enjoyed this one anyway, and that's going to pretty much wrap it up. So I'd like to thank you all for watching as usual, and we will catch you on the next upload. Peace out, everybody.